Hi, everyone. My name is John Harold Moore. I've been studying A Course in Miracles since 2006 and doing family constellations and spiritual coaching since 2012. And during that time, I've learned a lot that has helped me live a more joyful and peaceful life. And that's why I'm making these videos because I want to share what I've learned to help you live a more joyful and peaceful life. So if you like this video, give it a like. I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel so you won't miss when I put more videos up. Today, I want to talk about probably the number one coaching tip that I've shared with my clients over the years. It's the one I've gotten the most positive feedback about. It's the one they tell me has been the most helpful. So I want to share it with you. And it's this idea that we come from one of three places every time we make a decision. We either come from inspiration, obligation, or desperation. Now, we can make a choice from any one of those three places, just it's a different experience depending on where we're coming from. So let's start with desperation, the one that's most extreme. Now, if you are desperate to get that promotion or desperate to get attention, you might make some choices that are not in alignment with your values. You might do something that embarrasses yourself, or you might throw a coworker under the bus or say something unkind or take credit for something you didn't do just to get the promotion. And it doesn't feel good when we make choices from that place, but it's because we feel we're desperate. That's the only way we're going to get it. Now, there are other examples like desperate to put food on the table, or if we're suffering from a drug addiction, desperate to get our next fix, and we might commit a crime, steal money from a loved one, cause harm. And again, there are consequences to those when we come from desperation. Now, the next place we come from is obligation, and that's one that I know I'm very familiar with. I'm sure most people are. In fact, if you've ever caught yourself saying, I should do this, the should is a telltale sign that you're coming from obligation. Now, especially when it's family, we feel like we are obligated to do something, or a loved one, or maybe someone did something for us, so we feel obligated to do something for them. Now, I've learned that when I show up somewhere that I don't really want to be, I can put on my best smiling face. It's so good to see you. Yes, I'm happy to help. But if I don't really want to be there, on some level, they can feel it. They can feel this underlying resentment that I don't really want to be there. Now, I had a lot of chances to learn this with my mom during the last years of her life. She lived about 15 minutes away from me, and it was our agreement that I would go every Friday to help her to take her shopping because she didn't drive anymore. And we would go to lunch afterwards. But oh, I am not someone who enjoys shopping. In fact, it's one of my least favorite things to do. So, going up and down every aisle of the grocery store, even the pet aisle when she didn't have cats anymore, made me a little cuckoo. And she just liked to look at everything to see if there's anything she might need. And oh, I would really, it would really test my patience. And there were some days that it took every ounce of my willpower to make myself go there. Now, she could feel that. And it was on those days that it was usually not a very nice visit. I would notice that she was more negative or picking out things that, or talking about things that she was complaining about or that were annoying her. And it never felt great when I went there out of obligation. Now, here's the great news and the third category of inspiration. When I would go over to see my mom when I was inspired to, out of inspiration, in spirit, we usually had such a great time. Like if something great happened, I wanted to share some good news with her, or maybe I had a challenging experience with a partner and I just wanted to talk to her about it. When I showed up unexpectedly, but because I wanted to be there, we had the best visits. She would light up when she saw me. We would go for pizza or Asian food, or we would drive to the beach and watch the sun go down, or go for a drive, whatever it was. We had the best times, and she would laugh and she would make me laugh, or she would share some words of wisdom from her life experience. It was such a great time. And I do believe it's because I went there because I was inspired to go there. Now, A Course in Miracles would break our choices down even more simply, and we make a choice either from love or fear. And I agree with that. And I would say that desperation and obligation fall under the fear category, and inspiration comes in the love category. But again, this inspiration, obligation, desperation tool has been so helpful to me and my clients. I hope it'll be helpful to you the next time you're making a decision. Take a moment and see which place you're coming from. Now, again, sometimes we have to do things that we don't really want to do. And if I think about how I'm going to feel if I don't do it, there may not be peace on the other side of that decision. So sometimes it actually is inspiration in disguise. So it can take a little discernment, but I just hope the next time you make a decision that you take a moment to find out, is this really something I want to do? Is it really going to be helpful? Am I doing this from fear or love? Am I doing this from inspiration, obligation, or desperation? So, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There are more videos like this on my website, johnharoldmore.com. You'll also find information about my one-on-one spiritual coaching programs. I would be so honored to help you navigate a tough time in your life. You'll also find information about family constellations, a revolutionary healing modality that uncovers family loyalties and patterns that have been repeating for generations that aren't serving you. I hope you will join me for a live event, or maybe you'll schedule a one-on-one session. So, again, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, may all of your choices come from inspiration and love.